Thank you so much for being here. First, having in mind that there is two very interesting other sessions in the other two rooms, so I'm very grateful for you being here. Because I really love structure, and usually my thing is marketing, and that's what I talk about, and now it's Agile. I have really structured text here that I'm sometimes going to pick to. I'm sorry if that bothers you. I'll try to not make it too often. But here is our team for today, and it's implementing Agile in marketing agency. As Teddy said, I've been having a video marketing agency for 2.5 years now, but in a minute I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. This is me. I have more than 5 years of experience in a big marketing agency here in Bulgaria, in smaller ones, and 2.5 years ago I decided that I can go my own way and try to create something that really works for businesses and tries to give them a good video marketing strategy on how to reach their perfect clients through TikTok, through Instagram. We have a very small but very creative team of 3, which is kind of the main in the presentation, how a team of 3 actually right now manages 12 clients, and Agile is a big part of that. The TikTok and video marketing trainings and workshops that I do is actually one of my passions, and that's why I accepted the challenge to be here today and try and talk not only for marketing, but also for Agile. And here is some more of our clients that we've been worked on. And as a Gen Z, I got that in the beginning of this year. I skipped something. In the beginning of this year, I was on a course for project management with Agile Pool. And then I understood that actually, I was actually implementing some Agile practices without knowing that this is Agile. But Bogi and Nico, they helped me improve that and implement it even better in the process of clients, in the process of working with the team. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how we actually did it. First, we'll go to the table of contents, what we'll see. We'll see why Agile works in marketing. We'll see strategies for integrating Agile, some tools for successful Agile adoption, common challenges that you can face, conclusions, and Q&A. But we're talking about marketing agencies, but I think that every agency that works with different clients can actually use the step-by-step guide that I'm going to give you now. First, why Agile actually works in marketing. In traditional marketing campaigns, what do we have? We have some kind of letter in the campaign that we start with the developing the plan, the content schedule, then we have the creative, the social media, the PPC. We see if the landing is okay, if the website is okay, and then we launch. We start at the beginning and we end at the end of the launching. We don't know if anything is actually working, if people are liking it, if it's okay, if it's not okay. But then here comes Agile, because in the traditional marketing campaign, we don't have time to test anything. And we don't have time to have feedback to see what is working, what it's not. So what happens when Agile comes? Here with Agile, we introduce the sprints, where in a traditional marketing campaign, we can first do a sprint of the content, then do the sprint of the creative, and do the sprint of PPC. What does that mean? That we can first try and see with our audience what the content should be. Do they like it? Is that something that fixes their problem, that is a solution to their problem? The same with the creative and the same with the PPC. So when we reach the end of the campaign, or we are ready to launch the full campaign, we have tested all of the 3 main and very important things, and be ready and be a little bit more, let's say, sure that this is going to work better. And I'll give you a little example with one of our clients. That's Airspice. What we did in the beginning, they started with a brief with us that they wanted to be very luxurious, very slow and classy. And that's why we chose this girl, that's Diana. She did a very good job in the beginning. We had, let's say, good results, normal results. She's a famous face. We drove with the strategy that the client came with us to. the second sprint, let's say the second month of content, we continued with that. We used the same phase, we used the same kind of strategy with slow videos, with very luxurious feeling. We're talking about, first let me go a step back, Air Spice, they have air fresheners, premium air fresheners, that's what they sell. And we had videos that talk about how to use properly the air freshener, in what situations, but it was really slow. For TikTok, that's a no-go because people want dynamics, people want to be fast and to get to the value faster if it's possible. And on the second sprint, we got really low results. Oh. This is the third sprint. Then we decided to switch the phase and to got a little bit more humorous content, but still a little bit classy. And then we introduced one more girl to go so we can make more situational kind of videos. And then we got a little bit more better results. I don't know if you see the numbers, but if we got 2 20K videos and one below 10K, that's organic results. On the second, we got just one with 10K and I got back. And the rest were under 2,000, which was very bad for us. And so on the third sprint, we already got more than 3 or 4 videos over 10K, and we had one video with 60K. So we decided that it's a good strategy to go with the funny content, still keep it classy, still keep it a little bit luxurious, but not too slow. And on the fourth sprint, then we introduced also a man in the situation. We diversified a little bit the people and in the content, not one main face, but we changed it again. The girl she's not famous, but she fit really good with the brand. So now we're having videos with regularly with 50K views, with 40K, with 30K, which is perfect, and that's the strategy that we're going to keep until we see that something is going a little bit off. So this is one of the examples in the first times that we tried to adapt Agile with one of the clients. And here are some strategies actually on integrating Agile in our marketing workflow. The first step, and here is the step-by-step guide that I told you about, is that you have to establish clear vision and goals, both for your team and the brand. And how we do that, usually in our agency, we do it with these 4 steps, and it usually works really great. The first one is the introductory meeting that me and the brand, we go and we hop in an online meeting, we talk about what they're expecting, what they want to do, where they want to be in their marketing journey, how can I help them, how my team can help them. And there is where we put the structure and where we put the stage of what we're going to do together. So I ask if I have any questions, they ask all of their questions, and I try to give them the stage enough so they feel good about asking whatever they need. Sometimes brand owners, they don't know much about marketing. They know that they want something, but they don't know how it's done, or if I'm the perfect person. Here is where we see if we're a match. Then we go to the client's brief, and the client's brief is something that it's a little bit scary document for some of the brand owners, because it's a lot of questions that regard the brand, if they know what's the vision, what's the perfect client, or something like that. And some of the times, even the brand owners don't know these things, so it's scary for them to ask them and to put them in writing, but that's the structure for our strategy after that, so it's something that's mandatory. After we get the client's brief, then we do a team brainstorming inside of the team, because we have the information from the meeting that we have done, we have the client brief with all the information that they have given us, and then in the team, we talk about what is going on, what can we do, and what creative strategy we can take. And then comes the strategy meeting. That's all of us, the brand, me, the team, and that's where we talk before starting to do the strategy for their social media. So that's 4 steps. It may seem a lot, but actually that's something that helps us to keep a clear vision and to be sure that we're all aimed in the same goals. The second step is introducing sprints for project. Everybody knows that sprints are very usual to Agile, and this is something that we also use. Usually they're 1 to 2 weeks in the tech world, but in our case, we have actually split it in something else. And here you can see those are actually the steps, or let's say the task that we have in our monthly service for each client. First, we have content ideas, filming day, editing, copywriting, planning the content, and reporting. So each of these tasks is one sprint for us. Let's say Airspice, who you saw already as our client. In the first week, we know that one of the team, one of us, should do the content ideas. That's the only thing that they should focus on. They should see what has happened in a previous month, see what's going on in TikTok. Is there any trends that we can hop on? So those are our sprints, and this is what we do. In my opinion, Agile has great methodologies, but to make it work for you, you should personalize it for your business and for your needs. So this is how we did it, and it's actually working great because all of the team is not confused what they should do next. They know that these are the steps. If you have not done content ideas, you can't go to editing. You can't go to the filming day if you don't have ideas. So it's easy to be between the tasks and know what to do next. The third step is the daily stand-ups, which is something, again, very usual for Agile. We do it 10 to 15 minutes a day, even though we're just 3 people. But this is something that helps us stay on track. And the usual 3 questions: what I did yesterday, what I'm going to do today, and is there some blockers that doesn't allow me to go any further with my task? So this is very helpful because every day we can adjust the program, we can adjust the tasks, see if someone needs help and someone else should, for let's say 1 hour, stop their job and go and help a friend so we can all continue together. This is something that really helped us. That's one of the things that we integrated in the middle of this year and actually has shown a big progression in our work. Iterative feedback loops are very, very, very important. That's something that since the beginning of the agency I've been really strict with, and because most of the agencies in our niche, let's say they have to do a video for a certain brand, they go to the filming day, they do a video, they do the editing, and they send it to the brand, and that's it. That's the first time the brand sees the idea, who's in the video, what's in the video, and how it looks. And that's not good because you're losing time and effort. The brand is losing time and effort, and it's a no-go for everybody. So since the beginning, this is something that I'm really strict about, and these are the feedback moments that we have in the agency between the main sprints that I just showed you with the content ideas, the filming day, and so on. Between most of the main sprints, we do a feedback check with the client. When we do the content ideas, we send it to the client, so we know that the client knows what we're going to do, what we're going to film, and we are calm that they like it, they're okay with it, it's aligned with their marketing goals. Then we have from the audience, each time we post a video. That's normal because every time we post a video, we see how the audience or the algorithm actually, how do I say it? How, if it's good, if it's not good, what are going to be the likes, if there are going to be comments, if the people like it or not. So this is something that we have as a feedback every day and something that we take in mind when creating new content. And once at the end of every content month, when the content month is over, we take all of the videos, we take all of the analysis, and we put a very, very detailed report. And that's some of the things that the clients really value in our agency, because in the end of every month, they see a really detailed report that says what we did good, where we can improve, and what we want to do next that we have not done until now. So it's something very, very important for us, and it helps us not stay on the same place, but upgrade with every client. And then we have prioritized tasks with a backlog system. Again, something that I learned from Agile Pool and something that I introduced to the agency several months ago. This visualization that I've put here is a little bit tech, let's say, because in marketing we don't have bugs, but we have clients that come every day are like, I have a great idea, we should do it tomorrow, it's amazing, you should go somewhere and film something that actually needs like 10,000 left of budget. And we're like, okay, we're going to do it someday. And all of these things go to bugs, let's say. So the backlog system we introduced recently. Until that, we actually had, again, the sprints that I showed you. We had that, and I was like, in this client, we have to do this. And I didn't prioritize them because I knew that it was just the time for this client or for this client. And now we just do the high priority if someone is not more important, because everybody is important, of course, but sometimes some clients need a little bit more attention at this specific moment, or they have a specific campaign that they should do exactly now. So right now, this is something that helps us a lot because we do the backlog. I'm going to show you in a minute with the Trello how we do it, but this is something that we introduced and it's working. So here are, and the tools also. You can't adopt Agile successfully if you don't have the right tools. And again, I think that this should be personalized. As first, and that's something that I swear, I swear to, that's Google Drive. That's one of my best and favorite tools. That's our organization tool. And we have a very strict structure again here, because we have one main big folder with all of the clients, and then each client has these 5 specific and very important documents in it. And we mostly use sheets and docs. That's everything we use, and all of the processes are going very smoothly since the beginning of the agency because of these documents. First, we have the brief that I told you about, the client brief that they send us in the beginning of our work. Then we have the strategy that we have done for them. Then we have the content ideas. That's a one-sheet document with different sheets for every month. It's that easy, but it works amazing because the clients have the structure, know the structure. It's easy for them. It's not complicated for both the team and the client, so it's working very well. The posting one is almost the same, again in sheets, and you have all the months. You can just see them. You can navigate through them very easy. You have columns for everything. It's in big fonts and very bright colors so the clients see it. Sometimes they forget that they have to check something. That's their only job, but they sometimes forget, but that's okay. And the brainstorming document, it's an in-house document where every month we sit, we talk about the client, we talk about what we can do, and this is like, you can say, a content bank. But Google Drive is something that we swear about, and it's something that helps us a lot. Next is the communication tool. Most of the big companies, they use Slack. I've tried Slack in the beginning, and it's not working for us. Not because something else, but most of the clients don't know what Slack is. They don't have it. You have to make them download it on their computer or on their phone, and we ended up in me sending messages. They have already deleted the Slack. They don't see the messages. So we decided to go old school, and we introduced Viber. Not very agile, but very working. So because we again have a folder that's with all the clients, and this is the name of each group. We have a group with the client, with the team, and if the client decides that there is someone else that's important in the business that should be there, a marketing manager, a PPC manager, or something like that. So it's very easy to navigate. Again, we have the client's name and social media stuff, so and always the photo is the brand's logo, so they know what is it, and they don't get complicated with it. It's working wonders, definitely working wonders, even if it sounds like something that people use only to text with their grandma, it's working very good. And Trello is something that it's really well known for probably everybody in the room, but this is what we use for project management, and it's something that you have already seen. It's kind of like Kanban, but we have, again, a little bit personalized it, because we have 3 people, and this is the covers that I introduced, so we know everybody has their own in progression to do. if something is done, it's in the done for everybody, but if you're doing something, it's in your specific and personal board. It's doing a very good job because the girls, they love to take them from one board to another, and if it's not only working, it's also fun. So Treo is always a good idea. And we go to the common challenges in Agile implementations and solutions. Some of them we have seen, some of them I've tried to make, again, a personalized solution to them, but let's see if you have seen some of them. The resistance to change, as I told you already, I understood that I have implemented some of the Agile methodologies, even in the beginning without knowing what Agile is. But then when I started to try and structure that as Agile, the team was like, what's that? Why we should do it? The clients were a little bit off, some of them, the ones that didn't know what it was or haven't even heard of it. So a good tip here is to start with the clients or the teammates that are a little bit more open-minded. Some of the people who already know what it is, who are the people like always first to something new, those are the people you should try first with, and then once you're okay with them, the team is okay with the new process, then you can start introducing it with the other clients that are a little bit more rough. Second is client understanding of Agile. How you can see that? Mostly, as I told you from the beginning, I have been a big fan of feedback and always making them give us feedback. Even actually recently in the, what was the name, I forgot, the document, the agreement that we make in the beginning with the clients that we sign, I put a text that if they don't give feedback in the certain amount of days, the content goes. And content is going to their profile. And this is something that gives them a little bit more responsibility about the content, that they should be there and that they should give feedback and should have some kind of responsibility in the process. Because it may sound silly, but you don't know what it is to have everything done, you're ready for the specific date, and you can't find the client for a feedback. So this is something that I think goes here with client understanding of Agile, and something that helped us also, and is very important, is to sit in an online meeting or live meeting, whatever you like, with the client and talk with them you cannot call it Agile with the people who are not very familiar and are going to be like, what? You can say something else to introduce it and explain to them why is it important to your agency, why is it important to the process, how it's going to help not only the team but also the brand to have better processes and better structure in the work that you're doing together. We have keeping teams aligned on priorities. This is something that the backlog helps, but something else that helps is also the Viber group, and something that I'm calling and I'm trying to teach the team to do is, I'm just coming by to say, and this is something that I do every time that I have something to say to the client, and I'm always going to the chat, that's why the Viber is and not the email, for something small to tell them to be involved in the process so the brand knows what's going on. And that could be, this month the person that we're going to film with the content is, let's say, decided to go to the USA, because that happened. We had a face that we're shooting with constantly, and she decided to go to the USA, so we had to break all the strategy and find a new face and da-da-da. So this is something that may sound silly, but sometimes when you have a lot of work, the team tends to forget that the client should know something. And sometimes I see that they're doing something that the client doesn't know about, and I'm like, you should just ask, and they'll tell you. They're like, I don't have time for that. I'm like, I'm just coming to let you know, da-da-da-da. That's how we keep them aligned, at least with us. That's what works. And the scope creep is something that, when I learned that there is a term for that in Agile, I was like, whoa, I never knew how to call that. Scope creep is exactly what I told you in the beginning. The client that just stays and is like, oh, that's a great idea, and we're like, that's a really bad idea, we can't do that. Sometimes we don't have the budget, sometimes we don't have the time, sometimes it's not for the client at all, but they just want it. This you can overcome with several things. The Agile method is put it in the next sprint and be ready to next sprint or with us the next month and try to do it because of the client and because they want it. Or with us, sit in a meeting again and talk with them, try to explain to them why, in your opinion, it's not a good idea or it's a good idea, but let's switch it a little bit. But the scope creep is something that you're always going to face. And several conclusions. Agile helps marketing agencies stay adaptable, responsive, efficient by focusing on iterative work, constant feedback, and clear communications. As I told you in the beginning, I think that not only marketing agencies, but at all companies that work with a lot of people or with other companies, B2B brands, I think that's something that everybody that works in this kind of niche, working with people, Agile can always help because for me it introduces structure. As I told you, I love structure. And this is some of the feedbacks that I have been getting from clients that have been working with very, very, very big agencies. They say that they have never seen such structure, such processes, and being on time, which for me is very important. Adapt Agile by using strategies like breaking project into sprints, holding stand-up meetings, the feedback loops, and improve clients' satisfaction. As I told you, this is something I've already tested. I hope that it's going to, some of these things that we saw are going to help you, and you're going to also adapt them and introduce them to your careers. The tools like Trello, Viber, Google Docs, this is something that works for us. The Kanban boards, but as I told you, personalized for everybody and for what you are doing. And the backlog management, something that really helped us. And lastly, there's always going to be challenges when adapting new stuff. Not only Agile, when adapting whatever. But that doesn't always mean that change is bad. It sometimes, and most of the times, mean that the team just needs more time and communication to get used to it. So I would encourage you to try and adapt some of the steps that I already showed you and talked to you about. And if you see some kind of steps back, just be patient and just give them time and enough communication. And if you have any questions, now is the time. Not exactly, because our job, my boyfriend, he's an IT, and they use this, and he's always giving advices to me that we should also do it, but we have a very creative tasks to do, and sometimes you can't tell how much time or how hard something is. Sometimes something surprises you how hard it is or how easy you go with it. Yeah. Something else?
Yes, all the time coming as a new customer to your company, who you engage in with these feedback loops? What is your
If in the back they didn't hear how I'm going to introduce the new clients to the feedback loops, yeah? Yeah. That's something actually that the clients who come from big agency or who have worked with other marketing experts, when they hear about this strategy and this process that we have, they're very happy about it. The people who have not been working with marketing experts until now, they're like a little bit off. And what I tell them is that that's very important for them, because if we don't have that feedback loop, this is going to happen what I told you with some of the other companies in our niche. They do the video, the script that we do in the videos is very important. They use some kind of script, they use the product in some kind of way. And when you go and send that to the client, that could not align with their marketing goals, with their business goals at all. So when you give the new client that specific example and tell them that this feedback loop is going to eliminate those moments, they're a little bit more with you in the feedback process. Because really, in real life, that's how we minimize losing effort, losing time, losing money in the case of the brand. So I think it's a fair. Yeah, thank you.
There was one more question, I guess.
Yes. In the backbone system, where you showed us the priority levels, can tasks be moved up in a priority if something changes?
Can the tasks be moved?
Yeah, if there's something new context.
It's life. Things happen. So everything. I'm a big fan of structure, but I'm a big fan of being flexible and being able to move with what's happening. And I think that's something that has gotten us to this exact point. So you can feel when you have to move the task. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.